All right, good afternoon, guys. It is the end of October, and we just want to do a quick review of the broccoli, or sorry, the brassicas, and the cover crops that we planted in and amongst them. We built these beds 6 weeks ago, mid-September. So as you can see, the cover crops have come in super well. A lot of the brassicas have done really well. A lot of pest pressure from caterpillars, especially the caterpillars, but we're seeming to get some pretty good growth. Now we do have some killing frost coming in about 4 days or so. Last Sunday in October, we're going to get down into the mid to low 20s for 3 to 4 nights in a row. So I think this is a good opportunity to get in here and just have a look at what the cover crop's done to the soil. As most of you know, we tilled it first, and then just planted into it, cover crop and the brassicas. So we got some peas here that are definitely going to get killed off by the frost, we think. But then we got hairy vetch, clover, and winter rye that should make it through the winter. But it'll just be interesting to see. So let's get at it. Okay, so yeah, super impressive. As you can see, the roots, I'm not even sure how far the roots go down. That's what, just over 6 inches deep, and it's really got a lot of roots coming down into the subsoil there, and yeah, looks great. So really stoked about that. I'm just gonna put that back in, a divot, and then we'll let it run all winter. Just want to show you a couple other cover crops that we just recently sowed, and how quick they can germinate. So let's go. All right, so we're just on the right hand side of the bed, exact same tilled, but we put in just hairy vetch into this one. This is apparently a nitrogen fixer, so we'll see how that goes. Brassicas done really well in spite of the pest pressure. This one we lost, I think. Started off with caterpillars, and then the bunny finished it off. But again, I'm just going to really quickly dig in, and we'll see what the roots are doing. So again, like, look at that. That's some very deep. All right, super impressed with this one too. Again, it's probably at least 6 inches down, and really kind of dense roots. I'm not seeing any of the nitrogen like nodules, but it'll be interesting to compare in the spring when they come back. Again, we anticipate that this will survive the winter and provide a nice cover for the soil and the biology that lives in it. So let's get that back in. And we'll just head over here real quick. Okay, and we're at the bed where we had our sweet potatoes and kind of a mixed bed. Obviously, our epic broom corn is here too. After we harvested sweet potatoes 6 days ago, all I did was rake it out, throw some hairy vetch seeds down, and then just sprinkled some dry grass clippings on top. And as you can see, it's coming up quite nicely. Not super uniform yet, but it'll be really interesting to see, because these were sown just under 6 weeks ago. This was sown, like I said, 6 days ago, and we're gonna get some killing frost here. So I want to see how late we can get away with sowing some of our cover crops. Little Canada geese. How late we can get away with sowing our cover crops before it's not effective, and then going forward into the future, we can kind of have better timing on sowing our cover crops. So we sowed some which we knew were too early, sowed some which I'm thinking I know is too late, but it'll just be interesting to see how it does in the next few weeks, and then through the winter, and then how it bounces back in the spring. So one last thing to show you, and then we'll wrap this thing up. All right, so we're just in the left-hand front side of the garden. We've got another cover crop in the back right row of the garden. So this is buckwheat, and what I'm really interested to see on this one is how the killing frost will end up melting this down. This is actually where we're going to be planting our garlic, and we're really holding off on our garlic because our soil temperatures are still really high. They're 60-70 degrees still, so we may end up planting some garlic straight into this and then allowing the killing frost to kill it off, and then plant the rest in, and just see how the if there's any difference in growth next spring. So yeah, super excited. All right, yeah, just to quickly wrap up, the cover crops in our situation here have been really good. I mean, we don't have access to good compost like the Charles Dowding method. We haven't made much of our own yet, or enough anyways. So the cover crops are a really good idea for us. We're basically planting into subsoil. So I think the living roots over the winter will not only protect the soil, but also help kind of transform it, feed the life that's in there already. We're seeing lots of worms, lots of other life in the soil. So it's a great, quick, easy way and cheap way to kind of protect our soil. So if I've missed anything, please let us know down in the comments. Get any questions or suggestions, that would be awesome. But it'll be really cool to see what happens a week from today, because we're gonna have, like I said, 4 nights of low 20s. So it'll be interesting to come back and see what's made it, what's toast, and yeah, what you guys think. So not sure when you see this, but hopefully you have a great weekend, or you had a great weekend. So stay awesome, guys.